Hi everybody, this is Lisa with Shabby Time Boutique, and I am today doing this video for the OohLaLa Adventures of the Traveling Treasures. No, I got that wrong. I'm doing this video for the Adventures of the OohLaLa Traveling Treasure Chest, the sewing event hosted by Diana Bacchus of Michigan. And it's my turn. It's my turn to show you what I'm taking out of the box and what I'm putting back in. So let me back this camera out just a little bit. Oops, that's in. And that should do it. That's better. Okay, so today's Saturday, and I'm going to be mailing the box on Monday to Christy Biggs. Hi, Christy. Okay, so first of all, the freebies. I chose two of Diana Bacchus's flowers that she put in. Here they are. I chose the blue one and the pretty cream one. Those are so nice, and what I like is Diana does the backs of them. Okay, so I took those, and I'm passing on the rest of the flowers. So everybody takes two out of the bag of flowers and then pass it on to the next person. And also, Tammy Simmons with SS Crafter 1, or she's not with it, she is it. She made these pretty little bags and tags for the event, and she made scissor fobs for everyone. And because I was the first person after her, I got my choice, so I chose this one. And you can see it has a cute little thing of lace on it, and there's a spool with some thread, and there's, you maybe can't see it, but there's a little rose hanging from that. There's this little porcelain or resin flower, and there's also a little measuring ruler and some pretty beads. And Tammy, I thank you so much. I don't generally get presents like this or gifts, and so this is very special. I'm gonna cherish that and remember this event every time I use my scissors. So that I took. And okay, so now I chose 4 items out of the treasure box. And the first item I chose was, you guessed it, this cute little box and bow from Diana Bacchus. Or not box and bow, this is a bag. It's a canvas bag, nice and heavy. It's got this beautiful wedding bow on it with some beadwork. And you can see that pretty print up there. I like that. That goes all the way across. And then these little gems. So this is a box that Diana took and altered. And then inside there's some die-cut envelopes, and in each of those, there's 4 of them, and each of them has Velcro, and inside each there's different notions, and she's got them marked on the back. So this is odds and ends, beads, ribbons, and buttons. Very cute, Diana. You are so creative, woman. Or as we would say, it's so stinking cute! Okay, so what I'm replacing that with is this altered box. This is a handmade paper box that was made by a friend of mine, Linda, from another event. And I'm gonna part with it. I've altered the top and put one of my own flowers on there. So this is just some lace, not just, it's some lace with some burlap with lace on it, a couple doilies. This small doily in the center is true vintage, and it's from Tricky. And then a cameo, some beaded spray and feathers. Okay, so that's the outside. The inside has some little bits and bobs, like they say over in the UK. So here's some trims and things. I tried to make sure when I cut these that they would be big enough to put on a, you know, like a tag or a card or whatever. And then I also put in there some Shabby flowers. There's a peach one. There's this gorgeous beaded trim, pearl beaded trim, and it is a gold thread running through there. And there's a yard of that. Here's some more little Shabby flowers. These are fun. They're just little petals all put together. I put a couple strands of beads. Oops. And a cameo. And then inside it's lined with a doily. Okay, so that's what I am trading for the cute little envelopes. You get a cute little box. Okay, secondly, I am going to take Tammy's little bag of goodies. Has Paris on the bag. It's looks like it's muslin. And you know, you can watch her video for all the things that she put in there. I'll just kind of spread them out here right now. It's a bling bag, so there's a lot of bling. And as I said, you can watch her video for exactly what's in there. There's these glass, it looks like glass buttons too. And I don't have glass buttons, so I'll show you what I did. And then there's these brass, coppery gold tone, I think they're buttons. All different ones. Thank you, Tammy. There were also some white and pink little buttons, little teeny tiny buttons, and I think I already inadvertently mixed those in with my button box. Alright, so I'm going to take that, and I'm going to replace it with a bag of bling. This is a pretty organza bag, and what I've done is put a couple separate bags in here. This one has some of those gold buttony sorts of things in it. There's some white ones too, so you can kind of see that. There's some cameo, one cameo. Oops, that's a button, doesn't belong in there. Okay, so there's some of that, and those will be in their own little bag. And then there's a bag of bling, and I'll show you what I put really quick. There is a bow that's metal bow. It's got diamantes on it. It's flat back, so it should be able to go down easy. Here's some really pretty bling. Okay, there's this old vintage with flowers. There's this, looks quite old to me, so let me hold it still. There. It's very pretty. This little purple one. Here's a little butterfly with some pink stones in it. There's this big flat pearl surrounded by a gold tone metal. Here's a flower center, pearl and diamante. Here is, I think it's a slide, but I thought it was really pretty to use for whatever. And then this is really cool. Okay, I found this at a thrift store. Let me see if I can hold it real still. See, there's a cat and an old vintage telephone and a gramophone and the sun with a face and the, looks like the, yeah, whatever that big tall tower is. I can't remember the name of it. I'm so bad. Alright, so, okay, that's my bling. And because I didn't have the quantity, or not the quantity, but the quality, like the size of the bling that Tammy put in, I'm going to add some little sparklies to this. Okay, so here's my buttons. These are all buttons, but they are diamante type buttons, and they're big. See those? So those would make some nice centerpieces or flower centers. I put 5 of those in, and then there's some of these. There's different shapes. And then I put these. Now some of these were out of my mom's bin, and they're all like the pearly ones. I thought somebody might like those to use. So there's all the buttons that I'm putting in. Okay, so all the sparkly stuff, all this is extra to try to make up for what I didn't have for Tammy's swap. And I'll put this aside. Okay, so that's my bling that's going to go in. Hope someone can use all that. Alright, the third item I'm taking is the lace packet from Tammy. And this has, I think I counted right, I think I counted 10 different lace pieces in here. They're beautiful laces. And I don't have any wide lace fabric like this. Especially, and in these colors. I mean, I have some red and black, but I couldn't put that in because of our color restrictions. Well, I hope you were seeing all that. It's really pretty. So, thank you, Tammy. I'm going to take that, and I'm going to replace it with this. And this will be wrapped up real nice, and I'll do one more video before I send the box off on its way. Okay, so what's in here is what I had as far as remnants or trims, and I'll just go through them quickly with you. There's this one. It's a very beautiful double lace. Actually, there's 4 layers of lace on this, I think, or 3. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layers. 5-layer lace, and unless I say otherwise, there's a yard of each of this stuff. Okay, there's that. There's this. I tea-dyed that. It came out really cool. So there's a yard of that. There's this one, which I tea-dyed. And I really like it because it brought out this little swirly thing. So there's that. It's a dangle lace. Yard of that. Here's some pretty fluffy organza pink lace. Yard of that. There's this beautiful, beautiful eyelet lace. It's kind of wide. It is, where's my, it's 5 inches wide. And it's in really beautiful condition. And there's a yard of that. There's this trim. I'm not going to undo it all because it took me a while to do it. But it's kind of stiff, and but it's pretty. And it's an off-white or an ecru. There's this beautiful cotton trim. See there? It's about, I'd say 2 inches. I want to say 2 inches wide. And then it has those holes down the center, those diamonds. there's some of this lace. It's a ruffled. Has a pretty pattern on it. And then these two are the more expensive laces. I gave you 18 inches of this, half yard. So this is just beautiful, beautiful lace trim. And this part up here is stretchy. Okay, some of that. And finally, this one I will undo. This is a gorgeous lace, which is a natural, I don't know if it's natural, but it came as this color, an off-white or beige. Isn't that lovely? And I gave you, what I give you, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these pieces. So you'll get, oh, maybe it's upside down, I don't know. It's eye of the beholder. There you go. So 6 of those. Okay, and that is for the 10 laces that I'm taking from Tammy. I'm giving 10 trims that I hope somebody will be able to enjoy and make something awesome with. Okay, so that's number 3. And then finally, this was really hard, okay? I couldn't decide between the big box that Tammy made, oh, what do you call it? The tower, the spindle that Diana made, or the pincushion. Well, the pincushion won out, so it was in this bag, a beautiful little bag. And here it is. There's one of her tags again. And this is her pincushion. So it's on this metal cup, if you will, like a dessert cup. It's a metal base and thing. And then she did such a beautiful job. Tammy, you really are an artist. The way you put those flowers in there and inserted, there's a little sewing machine, and there's a pair of scissors. They're kind of hiding behind the ribbon. See those scissors there? And some buttons up here. Over here is butterfly and some bling, of like a blingy piece of trim. Butterfly. And then here's some hat pins with hearts on them. And I absolutely love this dotted Swiss material that she used. Okay, so that's Tammy's. And what I am... Oh, and I didn't even show you the trim. Look at the trim around that. Isn't that beautiful? And she's got little buttons in there. Yep. Okay, so what I did is I kind of went a little overboard. Okay, so here is my attempt at a needlebook. I've never made one before. I've never seen one up close. I've only just seen pictures on YouTube. So anyway, I used this beautiful mint stretchy headband to keep it closed, and it's pink felt covered in this gorgeous, gorgeous lace. You can see that there. And that is throughout the book. I put a wedding applique on top with this little bit of bling. And then on the side is a piece off of some of that lace that I'm passing on. It's the stretchy part, but this one's beaded. And then there's a little handmade tassel there on the side. Nothing on the back. It just didn't make sense to put it on, but you can sure see the lace there, can't you? It's pretty. Okay, and then on each page I've covered it with this cute little looped trim. So here we go. The first couple pages are their pocket pages, and I've just used some pretty lace here. These pictures inside are sewing pictures, and I love the look on their faces. The woman is the same woman in both. And you'll laugh. Anyway, whoever gets it, if anybody wants this. And then I've made a couple of applique flowers, well, applique, doily, and mulberry paper flowers there. And then up top I've got some really soft rosettes. Okay, so that's the first two pages. Then the middle part, on one side I put this beautiful applique, same applique on the other side for balance. And then I made this little booklet in the center, and that's what's made the whole thing so very thick. But again, first try. I'm happy it even closes. So, okay, I've got safety pins and some little dainty flowers with the clay centers. And then in the next page is a flower that says dance, and a button with some bling, and then some measuring tape for trim. And the center has these daisies all the way around. You can see the straight pins and a bow, and that's the very center of the book. Okay, and then going forward, the next set is, let's see if I can do this. It's needles and another flower. It says smile, and you can see I use some green beautiful ribbon trim to balance that out. And then on the back, some more safety pins, some more flowers. Okay, and then the next page is just pretty pages using that green ribbon and a homemade flower on one side. I figure whoever, you can use this, since it's felt, you can use it as a pin stash. So that's the last page. And again, the back. So that's my fourth item and last. Now I'm thinking I might throw in some freebies. It depends on my timing, trying to get this out. I had a health issue setback, and that's why this video is so late. Alright, so there you have it. OohLaLa Traveling Treasures sewing event. Ready to move on to the next person, Christy Biggs. And I think Christy lives, I want to say, Oregon. So here it comes. And the rest of you can follow along on the OohLaLa Vintage Treasures site if you're a member. If you're not a member, I'm sure if you request so, Doreen Rook would be happy to make you one. Anyway, make it a good one and go craft something.